So here it is, my brand new Evolution 2024 from H&S Steenbeck. As you may know, I wanted to make a little sort of review of the things I consider very important in terms of the product overall. So the first thing, I will say the good things. I will talk about how amazing piece of tool these are. You really want to own one of these when you see it. If you hear people talking about them, you really want to have one. And when you have it, you know it is true that the amount of work put into this kind of tools is amazing. They're very good pieces, very high quality pieces, and these have very good features in terms of the chrome and the connections between the metal here. It looks very high quality. The ease of this thing to be teared down is very easy, just with your hands to tie it and loosen out, because you don't want to use tools to scratch this beautiful chrome. Nobody wants that all by hand. That's an amazing feature, man. That's the price and everything. I got this with the 2-in-1 set, and it's very good to have the options. I would like to have a 0.5 needle. I know they have a 0.6. I'm going to try it at some point, but I know this tool is great for many purposes, and that is good about the 2-in-1. I cannot discuss the fact that this is something you really want. So far, so good. So what? The counterparts from Iwata, the Eclipse, are very good tools. Tools that have been used for almost 2 decades. Okay, so proven and proven and proven. But this thing is modern look, modern design, better machining. Probably they have top-notch technologies to engineer this. And that's why I think this is better than having an Eclipse today. Eclipse seems very awesome. But I believe, for what I've seen, because I only had one Hansa airbrush 20 years ago, I'm now returning to airbrushing. And I find this experience somehow conflicting. I have some mixed feelings about this. I'm going to tell you why. I know most people love this, and there is no one who's going to tell you truths about it. I mean, it's amazing. And I have seen many videos from Red Effects, I believe it's a channel, and this guy makes a lot of good artworks, detail artworks with this thing, and it's very awesome. You can see how it works. Is doing an amazing job with that. But I will tell you some negative things that I consider are important for people who want to get this thing, and because nothing is perfect, man. Obviously, unless you know there's room for improvements. So we have the Ultra, we have the Evolution, and we have the Infinity, which we know so far have been released their 2024 editions, which is amazing. I mean, it's great to have someone is thinking about design in an industry like this, from here to the future. And it's amazing. I mean, it's really amazing. But I have some problems with this. One is the concept of designing a progression tool. Of course, you will start out with a new tool and you want it to be if you don't know about something, you don't want to spend the most what you can. But I don't agree with that at all, because if you buy a piano, of course you probably are not able to buy a $5,000 piano. But if you can, you will. And it is better if you understand how a real $5,000 piano would work for you. And they designed this progression thing where the Ultra is the cheapest, and I believe is designed for model painters, and that is great. But people in the fine arts community will also be very interested in these tools. So the thing is, the progression is kind of like dumb for me. Okay, sorry, not sorry. I just think that way because if you have the ability to understand all the features that a tool has, you will choose as a professional how to manage with them. Like, I don't know, the PSI of a freaking compressor, the amount of pressure that you want to put into one or another. That is where you will find your soft spot. Okay, I don't want anyone to train me how to be a better artist. I know. I think you get me, and I understand many people have different views, and this is just my humble approach. But then I find things that are kind of annoying, and I really hate. I grow to hate them because they make the progression to understand the tool and familiarize with it a little harder. You know, the learning curve can be a little hard. I've been airbrushing for more than I airbrushed 20 years ago. Then I left, and I'm now coming back, and I found this tool, and it's beautiful. It's like nothing I've seen. But then I noticed there are tools like Iwata that have been used, the Creos. I'm familiar with Pache and the Hansa previously to these ones. And okay, I kind of know, but I hear what people say, and I know what I look from these kind of tools. And what I'm looking for is that they are responsive to the point that you predictively can feel the paint, see the paint coming out in the most subtle manner, almost imperceptibly. There, you know, spitting paint, somehow like you would do fine arts with a pencil. Like only the weight of the pencil is gonna give you the hint of what you can scratch, where you're gonna go, and there you will start sketching. You will feel the white paper. But that's me. I know there's many ways to work, many mediums, and many tools. So this is just what I would like to look for, is that I can ultimately be able to also sketch with this thing and do more than that, from sketching to detail to fading and rendering a piece from small to medium size. That's what I would like to get from this. So for that, I believe this tool would be an amazing choice. The other choice would have been the Iwata Eclipse, probably the HP CS, I believe. There is a counterpart for t-shirt work, which I believe is great, but I don't like siphon feed much. So, and the Iwata Plus, I don't know, it's over the same range. The Iwata Takumi is somehow similar and very used by fine artists. But well, this is enchanting. This is a beautiful tool. And then you get something that I don't like much. And it's the fact that they are trying to build upon the idea of progression of skills. And here comes a little bit of a rant from me. Why would you even need progression in something that, I mean, give me the tools. I will see what I will do with them. I understand there's dumb people who would just start doing oh, this is not working. Okay, but I'm sorry for those people that don't take the time to illustrate themselves a little bit of how these amazing investments work. But for the most part, everyone would know that air comes out, and if air doesn't come out, well, what will you do with the pain? And devil action means you can manage to control the amount of pain and whatever random stuff, man. But the idea that you need some progression and the features of a tool like this are obscure is something that really bothers me, because I think this should have a way to control the trigger tension easily. Why not? But there's not. But some of the things have been over engineered, in my opinion. Like, for example, this small but very beautiful piece here has this spirally thing that looks amazing. Oh, it's very interesting, but has no purpose. And this beautiful neat thing, this looks so neat in this. I don't know if this is necessary, because it makes the requirement for this trigger to be too long, too big. And when the thing is too big, it makes it harder to accustom to the grip, and for you to develop the grid, the pulse. It's a little bit not very nice, not so good. Now, I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this. You holding a very beautiful piece of equipment, a somehow very beautiful piece of equipment, and then you will touch this. It's like you get a pretty girlfriend and you're gonna touch it, and she's getting a bony landmark right where you like to touch her the most. It's a stupid analogy, but it's kind of like that. This trigger feels, I don't know, everything's curvy, everything is soft, everything is shiny, and then you get this straight lines here, this tear shape, and this sharp, very sharp edge that, I don't know. The trigger seems so uncomfortable sometimes. It feels like it's shouldn't be there. And it's known that these tools, this series, are stiff, and it's true. The spring here, I don't know what makes it so tough. Some people had issues where the trigger sticks down, and I believe some of that will change from the use. But right from the beginning, this is very hard. I managed to keep it over lubricated, and that's the only way I can feel good about it, because it's so, I mean, there's friction here, there's friction over here, there's going to be some friction over here, and the springs, and that will make it real hard. I will sure try to make all kind of customizations to this tool, because so far it's not so good for me. And I will buy probably the Infinity at some point if I can, now that it's come out, but I don't want them to obscure features. If you want to learn piano and you are able to get a $5,000 piano, you will get it and you will learn better. There's no discussion there. Of course, if you have $50, you will buy a $50 piano. You will learn if you really want to learn. But you don't want the features to be obscured just for the sake of it. And I understand there's a line, this is more expensive than that and that, but that's not happening with other brands. Most of them give you features, and they sometimes give you more features like air control from the pan and whatever. So other thing I have found is this hole here, many sharp here. And the other thing is I've been trying to find the way. I don't like to grab the airbrush like this because I feel like a fucking imp. I feel like, what is this, man? What kind of fucking way of grabbing this tool? For fine art, most fine artists try to touch their tools like they're not there, you know? And there's probably a sweet spot, as I said, and everyone has its own preferences. I respect that. But so far, sometimes when I try to find that sweet spot, my finger gets into this point and it will interfere and it will make it stiffer, or it will interfere with this movement. So that is something I don't like, so I would use it this way. I will see if I can get a replacement for this. Probably not with the triple crumb thing, and but I will try that if I can. And there's the things I need to customize the springs. I need to soften them up. Keep this widely lubricated. Sorry, but in this. I would try to find something that feels softer just for the sake of that, because I tell you, this is curvy everywhere. But then here's a very sharp, and I don't think that is really necessary. And of course, and again, it's just my preference. But I believe that's a weak spot. So far, as I said, I won't return this because of the features that it has. No other tool beats the easy way to clean this, the easy tear down, the amount of chrome and quality of the materials. But then this kind of thing makes me a little bit annoyed, and I don't know, probably I'm gonna find advice someone who has dealt with the same and managed to replace the trigger. I would do anything. I would attach something here. I've found, for example, that I don't like this thing here, because it feels like it's a little bit slippery. But I found that if I just attach a freaking piece of kneading eraser, it feels more grippy, you understand? And that will help me focus on the tension where it needs, not the tension put onto the airbrush is going to fall, or because it's also very heavy. So here is so far very, very long. I don't know if you're gonna get here. I had to say things. If someone agrees with me, that would be awesome. If you don't, it's awesome too. I would like to have some feedback, but then it'll be from someone who has experienced the same and who have managed to customize this in a better way. I will change the trigger. Probably would like to change the springs and this thing, even though it's really beautiful. I mean, but sometimes for the work, it'll be a little bit bothersome. So thank you if you have come this way, and hope this would be useful for someone.